Welcome back to Soccer Card United. It's the Euro 2024 and Copa America 2024 preview episode. If you've been keeping up with the meta schedule behind these scheduled releases, you will know that this is our second recording of the day, but is for you, the listener, the last one of these that you will hear on this triple recording day that we're doing here at Soccer Card United Studios. So I'm Jason. That's Enzo. Hi, Enzo.
Hello, Jason.
How are you feeling after our 20-minute recess between podcasts?
It's good. I had a sandwich. It was like some chicken. There was some meatball in there. It was actually some cheese. It was high class sandwich meal. I oversaw some of the final few shipments that were going out today to our various customers. So that was good to make sure all was in check. So it was a busy 20 minutes. I won't lie. I got a quick bathroom break in there as well. So it was productive.
Packed.
Yeah, it was jam packed. That's such is my life. I'm very tired, Jason. I'm a very tired man.
World's busiest podcast host.
That's right. I'm definitely up there with
Definitely
Joe Rogan.
Up there. Yeah. What was I going to say? The Euros and the Copa America this summer. What we're going to do for this episode is we're going to briefly take a look at where the competitions are being held, what the format is. Is there any kind of weird stuff going on with the, what are the rules of progression? Does fair play come into it? That kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to fill out a bracket for each of the things, and we can talk about teams that we discover in those brackets.
Are we doing a joint bracket like we did for the World Cup, or are we doing separate brackets?
I think we're doing a joint bracket just for ease of production.
Okay, wow.
So let's start close to home with the Euros.
Okay, very close to home. Being hosted in Germany.
Extremely close to home. Okay, so this is the Wikipedia page for Euro 2024. Have a look at that.
Where else could you get this type of insight?
You just can't. So Euro 2024 is in Germany, and the winner will compete in the CONMEBOL UEFA Cup of Champions, aka the Finalissimo.
Is that the new name of that, or another Finalissimo?
Yeah. Or maybe I don't know.
The Finalissima is Euro champion versus
World Cup champion. Sorry. You're right.
Is it World Cup? No.
Is it World Cup or is it no?
No, Italy played Argentina before the World Cup, so it's Copa America champion versus Euro champion is the Finalissima.
So that's what this is as well. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yes, Finalissima. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Right. We've got that cleared up. That's all cleared up. Right. The dates of the tournament are the 14th of June to the 14th of July. There are 24 teams and there are 10 venues across 10 host cities, all in Germany. The host stadiums are the Olympiastadion in Berlin, the Allianz Arena in Munich, the Westfalenstadion in Dortmund, where Borussia Dortmund play, the Stuttgart Arena, Frankfurt Arena in Frankfurt. They all have names that we'd hear during the Bundesliga season, but we're hearing the de-sponsorized names.
Version.
The arena auf Schalke in Gelsenkirchen, where Schalke play, Leipzig, Cologne, Dusseldorf, and Hamburg. So all around Germany.
Blockbuster.
Enzo, you'll be interested to know that Italy are based in Iserlohn in North Rhine-Westphalia.
Do we have information on where those 3 Italian games will be played, or is that too much?
I'm sure we do have some information about where those 3 Italian group games will be played. If I can find Italy's group. Here we go. Italy are playing in BVB's stadium in Dortmund.
Okay.
Against Albania. And then against Spain at the arena auf Schalke in Gelsenkirchen, very close by. And then against Croatia in Leipzig.
How close is Leipzig? If I wanted to try a planet trip, 20th and 24th of June, a bit too many trips for me, but could I do the Spain, Italy, Croatia, Italy easy enough or not? If I decide
think it's a bit of a journey from Gelsenkirchen to Leipzig, but not undoable with Germany's fantastic public transport system.
But could you show me it on the map, Jason, please?
Oh, let me just pull it up. Hang on a second.
The map is up there. No, you know the map at the start of that Wikipedia. There's no reason to leave Wikipedia, big man.
Yeah, here we go. You got to go right across the center of Germany. Hang on. So here's Gelsenkirchen.
Yeah.
And here's Leipzig.
Oh, wow. That's quite the trip.
So right across from west to east.
Do you know what I might... Well, no, that's not... I've not gone to an international tournament. I'd love to.
Oh, yeah. Let's see here. What is the situation with regards to tiebreakers So the group winners and the runners up go through, and then the 4 best placed third teams.
Okay, and how many groups are there?
There are
6, maybe.
6.
Okay. Wow.
So if yeah,
Italy should get through that. I might do the Croatia game and then stick around for the round of whatever 32, round of 16, whatever it might be. Round of 16.
wow,
That's a shout.
interesting. That'd kind of have
Although,
a nice Jeopardy aspect, but more difficult to plan.
yeah, and if you're in Leipzig, it seems to be out by itself, Leipzig. So no matter what, I'm not saving on the travel. But
Yeah.
that's okay.
If 2 or more teams, I know everyone's dying to hear this. If 2 or more teams are equal on points on completion of the group matches, the following tie-breaking criteria are applied. 1, higher number of points obtained in the matches played between the teams in question. That's head-to-head.
Okay.
2, superior goal difference. 3, higher numbers of goals scored. 4, if after having applied criteria 1, 2, 3, the teams still have an equal ranking, criteria 1 to 3 are reapplied exclusively to matches between the teams who are still level to determine their final rankings. If this procedure does not lead to a decision, 5 to 10 will apply, which is all sorts of other stuff.
Wow.
But listen to this. If on the last round of the group stage, 2 teams who are facing each other are tied on points, goal difference, and goals scored, then they drew their last match, their ranking is determined by a penalty shootout.
Oh,
This tournament can have penalty shootouts in the group stage.
I like that. And I
I
understand
like that
how
too.
that can come about happening. That's fascinating.
Yeah. So that'd be quite exciting.
That'll be fun. You go into the last group game, and there's certain games you'll be saying, if this ends level, it goes to penalties.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
Now you'd love to be in Leipzig watching Croatia and Italy in a penalty shootout to get into the round of 16.
But like, you'd like to, if it's the best 3 teams, like, I'd like to think Italy, those 3 might just get out. Although obviously by playing each other, the points might be low.
Yeah. It's the 4 best third place teams.
Yeah, so all you have to do to qualify from this tournament is not be one of the 2 worst third place teams in a group to get just a knockout.
Or 4th.
That's right.
Right, okay, let's crack into the bracket.
Yes.
Here we go. I know people love these brackets that we do. They can write in and tell us, you shouldn't have put Spain there. You shouldn't have put Switzerland there. Come on.
Grow up.
Grow up. Let's start in Group A. Group A is Germany, Scotland, Hungary, and Switzerland.
Right.
Right. So, I will say this. I saw Germany play Ukraine the other night.
Mm-hmm.
And it finished 0-0, and it was Germany could struggle to score goals in this tournament.
No, I disagree. Do you know why I disagree?
Why?
When you watched them, I assume they didn't have Tony Kroos or Nicholas Füllkrug.
I guess they didn't, but I thought the problems went a little bit deeper than that. I'd love to see a resurgent Germany coming through and scoring, bouncing their way to the final. I like when the home team does good in a tournament, but
I think Germany on home turf will be very strong. That's my. I understand what you're saying, that they're probably not at peak, but I do think home soil.
Well, for context, I'd gone into this watching this warmer friendly thinking, right, Nagelsmann has finally found his rhythm. They're getting some good results. Havertz is on form. Wirtz is there. Musiala is there. Thomas Muller is there. Old head. This is going to. He's left Goretzka at home and all that. Like it's going to be really good. And then I was just kind of underwhelmed. So maybe I'm being biased towards that one game, even though I already was excited for them. But
yeah,
I think I've seen them drift out of a few tournaments recently, and we don't want that.
That's right. I think
all that being said, they'll win the group.
Yeah, I think they have the kind of group that could be a nice. I mean, it's not. I don't think there's any real easy games in there. Scotland will be well up for it.
Yeah,
Hungary,
Switzerland
always good in tournaments.
Yeah,
Hungary, fell to Ireland yesterday.
The day before yesterday, yeah, I saw Hungary.
Fell hard.
They had been really good,
but okay, so we're going to say Germany number 1. I'd agree with that, Jason. Absolutely.
Right. I think based on tournament experience, tournament pedigree, Switzerland.
Okay. This is a toss-up. Scotland get the job done, come third place, and still qualify for the next stage, which will be wonderful for them?
Yeah.
Or do Hungary and Dominic Big Balls a solid fly? lay it down and put in a good performance. I think either could happen. I would give it
I
to
think
Scotland.
I'd
Sorry.
give it to Scotland as well, just because I saw Hungary the other night and like I was not impressed. And I'm like, come on, lads, if you're playing like this against Ireland, like you're going to the Euros, let's get with it.
I feel like if you're a nation that's at the level Hungary's at, no disrespect to any Hungarian listening, but what I'm saying is if you're not one of the top nations,
Yeah.
then you don't necessarily want to have that one really, really good player because it can kind of mess up what really needs to just be a 4-4-2, everyone pulling their weight to get the job done.
Yeah. I mean, it really comes down to with Hungary. It comes down to Solobzai. If he is as good as he has been for them in qualifying and in recent kind of last year or so, then they're flying. If he plays like he's been playing for Liverpool, then there's no hope for them. So we'll give it to Scotland.
Giving it to Scotland.
We'll give it to Scotland, right? Okay.
And then Hungary. Yeah, this is anyone's guess.
This is anyone's guess. This is Group B. This is Spain, Croatia, Italy, and Albania. Albania, I just learned, are managed by Silvinho, former fullback for Arsenal and Barcelona, among other teams.
Right.
So, and how are you feeling about Italy's group here with Spain, Croatia, and Albania?
Very bad. I think it's easy to dismiss Albania, but they could definitely have a lot to say in this group.
Yeah.
Because basically the three big boys need to all beat Albania, which is not going to be. Albania are not coming to this tournament to lose 3 games in a row. Put it that way. So they're going to have a lot to say in this group, and it only takes in a group of 4. It only takes one win to completely turn it on its head and send 1 or 2 big boys home. So,
yes,
terrifying. Happy to that we're kind of getting Albania out of the way game 1,
right?
Because I think
then you know what you have to do.
Yeah, going into Spain and Croatia that they could be 2 cup finals or whatever. But I feel horrible about the group. I do think that Spain and Croatia are both teams that are not at their peak. They're kind of in. I don't want to call it transition for Croatia because I feel like they're just hanging on to all their old boys. I don't think there's a transition happening. I think they're just, are they past it? Are they not? Spain are kind of more transitional, but I'd probably have Italy finishing 3rd in this group. But at the same time, we often play well when we're not expected to play well.
I think Italy could finish runners up in this group to Spain.
I googled if Luka Modric was retired from international football or not, and he's not. He's still going. That's what dictated me feel. He'll dictate the ball. Like, Croatia will be good.
Yeah, but I think the Croatians have been on a downward slope since 2018.
That's right. That was a peak. I mean, I'm happy enough to give Spain the win here.
Yeah,
because they're the exact team that has what it takes to kind of stifle what Croatia are good at, which is keeping the ball. Do you mean if your whole thing is that you have a few ball players that can keep the ball and dictate play, but then Spain are against you, you're probably not going to get to do that. So I'd go Spain.
You got Rodri there.
Spain, Italy, Croatia, but to be honest, I do think Albania might finish in one of those top 3 spots. I do, because one of the 3 big boys are just going to have a bad tournament. I think where it gets sour and all the fans go mad and all the media's go mad and da-da-da. That's the kind of group we have there.
Right. So we're saying it could be potentially a source of upset. We're sneaking Italy in. Croatia could, of course, do well. They do have tournament pedigree in recent tournaments. Albania could be dark horses.
And I don't think Spain necessarily. We kind of just put them first. I don't think they're necessarily shoe in for that.
Spain, I think they're.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I think De La Fuente is not a genius coach by any means, but he won the under-21 Euros with a lot of these guys that he has now. And I think there's
against Italy.
Yeah, I think there's a core there that will do well, I think.
Okay. But ultimately I think that's we're going to get through all the groups here, but I think that group is the one that'll probably be. It's obviously the group of death, but it'll obviously. I think Albania will have a lot to say in that group. I don't think they'll just roll over, and I think there will be a lot of carnage. I think that going into the final match day of that group is going to be fascinating.
Right. So we're excited for that group.
Yeah. Well,
we're maybe slightly less excited for the next group, which is Slovenia, Denmark, Serbia, and England. Yeah. So I would say that Slovenia are defined by either end of the pitch: Jan Oblak in goal and Benjamin Sesko up front. So who knows? It's one of those things where, like, if Sesko scores his chances and Oblak saves your chances, then they could beat anyone, but they could just as likely get beaten 4-0 by anyone.
Yeah. I think England obviously are far and away. Tournament
Yes.
pedigree, talent. They should be able to get the job done.
Yeah.
Denmark, of course, famous dark horses from the last tournament.
Yeah. And maybe
Um,
the tournament before that as well.
Yeah, didn't quite do it.
1992 winners of this, is that right?
I think it might be. I think it might be, Jason.
I think it's 92. Denmark beat Sweden in a warm-up game as we're recording last night.
Italy, of course, reigning champions. We cannot fail to mention.
Yes. Yeah.
Defending our crown. So to be honest,
yeah,
we should have been first place, in my opinion.
And a really good record in the Euros in terms of finals, semi-finals, and winning it in the last kind of 3 or 4 editions.
You know, I mean, it's been. I think Italy are a tournament team, 100%.
Yeah.
But right now, like the mood in Italy about this specific team is not a positive one. You know, it's very much, what are we doing? What do we have? We're kind of relying on Scamacca, Raspadori. Like it's not. It's far from a vintage Italy, but we've been here before.
Yeah, and Scamacca didn't get picked for the March Internationals and then scored in every game more or less between then and now. So if it could be like that Spalletti has just managed him perfectly and he's going to turn up with a point to prove, or maybe he'll be the Scamacca we saw at West Ham. Who knows? He could be the one we saw in Dublin for Atalanta, or he could be the one David Moyes saw at the London Stadium. Who knows?
Yeah, I think Italy is going to have to rely on some of their parts, hopefully, in this tournament. But again, we're good at doing it. It'll be fun to watch. I'm excited for that. I am excited for Italy, even though the group. I'm sad that the group has 2 big heavy hitters in it, because I do think that could lead to someone's finishing fourth. That's not Albania. I think there's a chance of it. You know,
right? Yeah, wide open.
Yeah, exactly. So England, I don't know who would come. Jason, Serbia. Do you have anything on them?
Well, Mitrovic is their talisman and has been. He's playing for Al Hilal now, still scoring loads of goals. Vlahovic is not in as good a form as they would like, but they're very kind of wiry. The Serbians difficult to play against. I do think Denmark are a more technically accomplished team than Serbia. So I would be leaning towards Denmark for second place, but I've been burnt before by Denmark, so I don't want to go too heavy on them.
Yeah, I'm thinking Serbia, just because I think in tournaments, one thing you obviously need in cup competitions, putting the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Do you know? So Serbia have that, regardless of how Vlahovic has played with Mitrovic by himself.
Yeah.
That's a man that can put the ball in the back of the net. Give him a small half a chance. I don't necessarily know if Denmark have scoring their goals.
Rasmus Højlund, Jonas Wind, I think, scored a lot of goals in the Bundesliga, but we've seen before that you can score all the goals you like at the Bundesliga. International tournaments are a different breed.
Looked more accomplished towards the end of the season at finishing chances. Obviously, Christian Eriksen still knocking about. It's a weird one. I mean, I think England should feel very confident about that, but then after that, it is anyone's guess. I'd be happy maybe go. I have Slovenia finishing bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Slovenia are missing, as you said, a man up top, and they have a man at the back, but they don't necessarily have Atten through the middle, which is where the game is won and lost. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So, and I think we kind of think in Denmark Cup will kind of be one of the best.
Yeah, they're qualifying.
Yeah. All right. Group D. So let's go to Group D, which is the Netherlands, France, Poland, and Austria. So this contains one of the tournament favorites, France. And the Netherlands, Poland, and Austria.
Yeah, that's right.
Ronald Koeman, our old friend Ronald Koeman, we have a long history with him on this podcast, going back to episode 1 or 2. He's back in charge. He made some controversial selection decisions. He likes his players. He knows who he likes, and he picks them. And the Dutch fans are never happy with his selections. He's kind of relying on a half-injured Frankie de Jong to come back as a miracle and win them the tournament. Be happy with France topping this group?
Yeah, we're very happy with that, Jason.
Right. We have Ralf Rangnick's Austria have been excellent in qualifying. Gotten some big results, beating Germany for the first time in ages in the last year or so as well. But then the Netherlands are strong. I don't know.
Poland, I assume, they have Lewandowski. Is that their big?
I think Poland are basically the same as they are every tournament. Yeah, they got Lewandowski, Zelensky's there somewhere. Or Zelensky's there somewhere.
I'll go Austria number 2.
Austria number 2, right?
I think that the Netherlands always do well. I'm going to put Netherlands number 3, of course. I think they always do well, but I do think that I haven't seen them this bad in a while, I think.
Yes. I think
the coach.
If it's if Koeman's like, like for instance, if Memphis Depay rewards his fate with like a load of goals, then he's going to look like very smart to rely on reliable players. But more than likely, they're going to get through the group, and then the first big game they come up against, they're going to.
I'm pissed Depay though. Like, yeah, it's one of those things. I just don't trust Koeman. Koeman's not winning the Euros, regardless of
No,
what the Netherlands can. Like the Netherlands can put it together with like kind of a generation of called older heads that are able to kind of be like, right, this might be my last tournament. I'm going to be a real
yes,
professional. I'm not going to mess about. We're going to get the job done. That could happen where it all kind of comes together. I don't think that happens under the tutelage of Ronald Koeman. I think it's more likely we're going into the last match day and the substitutes are having a row with Ronald Koeman and it's all bubbling over
kicked
and
off.
you're watching it and it's unbelievable. And I thought
Yeah.
for years there will be biographies written by footballers that talk about the time in Germany and this is what went on and this is where he lost the camp and this, that, and the third. I think that's more
So we're
like
predicting
an
total
implosion because
meltdown
like
in the Dutch camp.
there's always a big team that implodes, and I do think obviously Group B is well set for a big team implosion because someone's the Italians, the Spanish, the Croats, it's not Albania are there. They're all going out. It's going to get very messy. But I do think Netherlands do, especially if Ralf Rangnick kind of having Austria kind of together. I think it leads to maybe the Netherlands having a bit of an implosion for sure.
Right, and then Poland. I'm sure there's Polish listeners and people sympathetic to Poland going like, "What the hell? You're writing us off. We're really good." But I just don't think so.
Yeah, it's like this actually comes down to the Slovenia thing. Is like you can't actually win a tournament just by having two top quality players and everyone else is a bit dog shit. No disrespect to Poland. That's not what I'm saying about Poland. But what I'm saying is Lewandowski is an unbelievably amazing player, but he needs an entire team around him. You can't just. He's not Sebastian Giovinco. He can't pick the ball up deep and go and do stuff.
No, I agree.
You have to give him the ball. Belgium. Am I right in saying Courtois is not in the squad?
Is Courtois in the squad? I don't think he is. No.
Yeah, I was told that he told them I'm not going to be fit for the Euros.
And then play for Real Madrid anyway.
Yeah, they got to the final. He said, I'm definitely going to play. But I think that the roster has already been selected. I'm pretty sure Thibaut Courtois cannot play the tournament. I might be wrong. There might be... Because they kind of put out their kind of extended man squad, then they get to cut it down. I don't know if they get to sub in or not, or if there's kind of a loophole where you could sub in and they might try to use that loophole. I don't really know. But by all accounts, it seems like Thibaut Courtois won't be there for Belgium.
Just speaking on that, I think they increased the size of the squad to 26 men.
Okay.
Instead of 23, and a lot of managers are only bringing 25. And the French journalist Julien Laurent, I was listening to him on a podcast, and he was saying that the reason they're bringing 25 is the 25 is 11 plus 11 plus 3 goalkeepers. So when you're practicing, you can play 11 on 11 without having to leave somebody out of the 11 on 11 training game. And that manager's just like that simplicity, instead of potentially pissing somebody off in training by saying you're not making the training squad of 22 men or whatever. So if you see 25 and you're like, why is it not 26? Apparently that's the reason. That's what he's heard from some of the technical staffs.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, right. Group B, Ukraine, Slovakia, Belgium, and Romania.
Yeah.
When was the last time Romania were in a major tournament? Long time.
I think they were... I remember Ireland beating them in the World Cup back in... Was that 90?
Yeah.
1990?
in Liberty Dot, yeah. I feel like...
I remember like I was bored when it happened.
Yeah. But you've kind of got a folk.
I've heard the stories.
I think Belgium will top this group. I think they're looking good under Domenico Tedesco. But Ukraine can't be written off as well. Ukraine will have massive support for this tournament during this tournament.
That's right.
Considering the amount of Ukrainians living outside of Ukraine at the minute, and also just kind of the general neutral
feeling
towards. Yeah.
And obviously Zinchenko and Mikhailo Mudryk, who could perform if he shaves his head and gets rid of his tattoos.
The Liga top scorer Artem Dovbyk.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Could they top the group? No. I mean, Belgium are still strong.
I think Belgium are too strong for them. It's probably a toss-up. I think they're definitely the top 2.
Yeah, I mean, I think Belgium, because they have a bit of tournament pedigree, they have more world-class players, but I think Ukraine probably, with the few kind of worldies that they have, I think Romania maybe and Slovakia, I don't really know. Slovakia have done it before. I remember they beat Italy in a World Cup, I think 2014 it might have been, or 2010.
Yeah, they've been around a little bit. I have a Slovakia card on my table here. I have a Juraj Kuchka, who I think is still playing. He's kind of he was a
Yeah, I was going to
talisman for a
say
while.
it's Kuchka, it's Hamsik. I don't know if I don't think Hamsik is still going. What I'm saying is that's the Slovakia I know of, and I don't think they have those boys. And if they do, they're certainly not at the top talent. So I'm going to give Romania third place there, Jason, if you'd agree.
Let's let them sneak in. Let's let Romania sneak in.
The power of friendship, Romania might get third place.
Is Yanis Hadji playing for the Hadji boy? Is he playing for Romania these days? Who knows? I lost track of him at a certain point. Right, which brings us finally to Group F, which is Turkey, Portugal, Georgia for the first time, and the Czech Republic.
Right, so it is Roberto Martinez. He's still in charge of Portugal. Is that
Roberto
correct?
Martinez is Portugal, yeah, with a huge, incredible array of talent and fully licensed in all the Topps products.
Yeah, you're going to have to give them number one. I don't know what the Cristiano Ronaldo situation is there. That's going to always be a topic of debate, but I assume he's going and I assume he's playing.
He's going. It looks like he's going to play. He may not play
all the time,
every minute of every match, but he definitely will play some part. Yeah,
I'd give them number one spot. Too much talent. They could arguably be the favourites. Obviously, they just need to be. Depends how they click. The Ronaldo debate, this, that, and the third. But
yeah,
I think if any team kind of has the quality to kind of carry a Cristiano Ronaldo as the striker, it is Portugal.
Yeah, it's just a case of can they you can't carry anyone else apart from him. So can Bernardo Silva, can Jota, can Bruno Fernandes, can who else have they got?
Joao Felix. Don't know if he plays. Rafael Leao. If they start Rafael Leao, that's gonna be me all tournament again.
Yeah.
Oh god. Diego Goncalves. That's the thing, is you remove Ronaldo and you put in Diego Goncalves, or you put in Goncalves Ramos.
Goncalves Ramos, yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Well, he scored a hat-trick in the World Cup.
Yeah, I know, and that's the only thing he's bleeding done the last 2 years, as far as I'm concerned.
Pepe at the back.
Unbelievable, by the way. Talent
with Ruben Diaz.
Yeah, brilliant. I don't know, Turkey or Czech Republic. I'm kind of skipping out on Georgia. Although give each.
Although you have Kvaratskhelia, you have Mitakowski for Mets.
I'm sure you have a Kaladze in there somewhere.
Yeah, you got a couple of Tatashvilis and things of this nature. I think I think Turkey are looking good as well, but then they've been perennial dark horses. Vincenzo Montella's Turkey, I believe they still are.
Yeah, that's a bit of a carnage group kind of there, but you don't really know what's going to happen. Czech Republic, gone are the days of Tomáš Rosický.
Yeah, Patrick Schick.
Oh yeah,
for the Czech Republic. Who else? God Lord, I can't even imagine who else plays for the Czech Republic.
Who could possibly play for the Czechs? Yeah. It's a wide open group, I would say. That's what annoys me. There's so many groups that are like this, and then Italy have Croatia, Spain, and Albania.
Yes, how did this happen?
Especially us being the champions. I thought we'd have been seeded a bit better, but that's okay. Jason, what are you thinking? Turkey, Czech?
Let me just figure out who's. This is kind of a bloody. I think Turkey for second place.
Okay, the Turk.
I'm trying to think who plays for. Thomas Souček and Vladimir Sofal of West Ham both play for the Czech Republic.
I think Turkey and then Czech Republic, Georgia. I think obviously Kvaradona is amazing, but I do think all you have to do is mark him, and I don't think he's difficult to mark.
Yeah, I think for Georgia getting to the tournament, there could be a bit of that syndrome.
Yeah,
they're happy to be there.
Yeah, we need to start removing third places now. By the way,
right. So let's go down here. We've done that. Pick 4 of these third place teams of Scotland, Croatia, Denmark, Netherlands, Romania, and Czechia. Who's going to go through as 4 out of these 6? So I think Netherlands.
Yeah, I think Croatia, Scotland,
and Denmark. Yeah. The Scots are gonna love this. They're gonna love this.
What a tournament they're having, by the way.
Yeah, incredible scenes.
Good work. Okay.
This
is the part that excites me. I get to learn all this. Spain, Scotland.
So Spain, Scotland, Spain famously were defeated by Scotland in 2023. That was one of Rodri's kind of controversy. Did he lose it? Is it counted as win-loss record kind of game? You see it on Twitter all the time. I think I'll go Spain for this one.
Yeah, I think they'll win this one.
Although, as we say, Scottish people, we note that you've beaten Spain recently. That's fine, but
I mean, Scott McTominay, yeah. Like a couple
Yes,
goals. That's we didn't even factor him in when we were talking. They could have finished second, then boys.
with Super Scott McTominay.
Yeah, top scorer, absolutely. I'd say Spain to be rattled playing Scotland.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it to the home nation here, Jason. I have to.
Okay, so it's Germany, Serbia for the round of 16. We're going to go Germany. So we're setting up a quarterfinal there immediately of Spain, Germany. Massive stuff.
Yeah, that's huge. Look at what we've done.
Portugal, Denmark in the next round of 16 fixture.
That'll be a tight game. That's what I'm going to say there. At some point, like to be honest, at some point Portugal have to crash out and Ronaldo has to be fuming. Like that has to happen at some stage.
Yeah.
Does it happen this early? Maybe.
Maybe. Does Portugal just have too much talent
for Denmark? Like, yeah, Denmark are just relying on fucking Christian Eriksen, who doesn't quite
cut the mustard.
You know, Denmark let us down last time. It's Portugal. We're going blockbuster.
We're going to go Portugal. Ralph Ragnick's uber efficient Austria versus everybody's darlings Ukraine.
Austria.
It's kind of you going Austria out of this?
All day I'm going Austria. Yeah, Ralph Ragnick.
Come on.
Is going to rattle because think about this for a quarterfinal. Ralph Ragnick managing a group of scoundrels against Portugal, who Ronaldo said, "Who is Ralph Ragnick?"
Oh, it's the narrative's too good.
Yeah, too good.
Oh, I feel sorry to do this to Ukraine because they've been
invaded.
They've been invaded, and also I like
this is not Eurovision.
Run that whole pitch, but I'll go Austria.
That's right.
We're predicting quite a run for Ralph Ragnick's Austria here.
Yeah, we've found the dark horses, Jason.
Yeah. Okay, Belgium, Croatia.
That's a classic. It's a classic tie right there.
This is kind of like Belgium kind of should blow them away, but Croatia kind of bring it to extra time and then pip them at the post.
I think we're giving it Croatia.
Oh wow!
I am. Belgium just can't. Their golden generation.
Lukaku to hit the post and Jeremy Doku.
Lukaku to miss 15 chances.
Yeah.
Although
we forgot about Jeremy Doku, by the way.
Yeah. He could be the difference maker. Yeah, that's right. But not against Croatia. Croatia do it. They get the job done.
Right. Okay.
Although for how long, who knows?
Yeah. Could this be the big fall off moment?
Because like France Belgium would have been some game. By the way,
at some point Croatia are going to go into a tournament and it's just going to be gone. The moment will have passed.
But that's not France, Jason. France, Turkey. Come on, they're not the French.
France, Turkey.
Kylian Mbappe. Do you know what it is?
Yeah.
Kylian Mbappe has inherited the power of friendship now that he's a Real Madrid player.
Right.
All the pressure's off his shoulders. He's not the ambassador of France. Is not in his ass. This is Mbappe. The pressure is actually. He's like, oh, I'm going to play for Real Madrid. And that's class. Let's just enjoy the summer playing for France. That's his whole vibe.
And wonderfully, N'Golo Kante is back for France.
Thank God.
So it's going to be probably midfield Kante, Griezmann, and then probably Rabiot, and then Camavinga and Tchouameni will be underused, and everyone will be fuming about that.
Jason, I seen a tweet from Football Twitter that I think you might like, and it said one of the Football Twitter accounts said, I've never seen Harry Potter," and then someone responded and said, "How have you never seen Harry Potter?" And then he said his mom's really Christian, so because Football Twitter accounts, disclaimer for anyone, Football Twitter accounts are run by children.
They're all kids, yeah.
Yeah, you're getting rattled by what their takes, and they're 13 years of age at most.
Yeah.
And it was my household is super Christian. My mom won't let me watch witchcraft, like witches and stuff. Witches, witchcraft, and whatnot. And then the guy responded and said, "This Football Twitter account was a Man United account." I said, "How come your mother let you watch Paul Pogba?"
Very good, very good. I like that a lot.
Oh, anyway, without Paul Pogba, France need N'Golo Kante. That was my point.
You need N'Golo Kante, yeah. England versus the Netherlands. Got to be England here.
Yeah,
Ronald Koeman versus Gareth Southgate. There's only one winner in my mind.
Yeah, I hope Gareth Southgate brings back the waistcoat. I don't know why he would not do it. You know, he had such a run with the waistcoat, and to a point where when he steps down as England manager, he would get so much marketing opportunity.
Yes, he would be the face of waistcoats.
And then he ditched it. But like that might have been him going, yeah, I'm not looking for any parade around me, such as who I am, Gareth Southgate. I don't
want to be the story.
All I want is Harry Maguire at the back and just vibe, Pickford in goal, and we vibe. That's all.
He doesn't quite have everyone fit. Like he would like to have, I suppose, Maguire, Stones, and Shaw across the back. But he's probably going to have to Kieran Trippier left back, Kyle Walker right back, and then a kind of makeshift centre half partnership depending on who's fit and who's not.
He's been playing around with Trent, whether or not he gets to have a big appearance, who knows? So yeah, but England, regardless, I think they get the job done.
Okay, right. So And then Switzerland, those wily old dogs in Switzerland coming up against Spalletti's boys, the Azzurri.
Yeah, this
How
feels
are
like
you feeling coming up against Switzerland?
1-0 Switzerland with a penalty from Xhaka or Ricardo Rodriguez if he still hasn't retired at left back.
Yeah. He's shouting Italian at everybody.
Yeah, this looks like one of those things where it's like we got out of our group, we're against Switzerland, that's class. This is a nice one. We're looking at England going, that's going to be great, and then we just lose 2-1 or 1-0.
Don't tell me Switzerland are dumping you out in the round of 16.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be at that game. That's the game after the Croatia game that I'm gonna go to. It'll be at Switzerland, and I'll be on me merry trip. You know what I'll do? I'll book a one-way trip to Germany, Jason. You might not see me next month or this month. Jesus, you might not see me. I better get me plane tickets sorted.
Yeah, good lord, you could be our on-the-ground correspondent.
Italy,
and in the studio, and then we go to Enzo in Gelsenkirchen. Enzo, what's it like out there?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm there with my Moretti or my Peroni, and I'm having a good time. Italy beat Switzerland. I refuse to lose to the Swiss.
Okay.
We slice through them like Swiss cheese, Jason. That's right.
So we're back up to our quarterfinals now. Our first quarterfinal is Spain versus Germany.
Spain versus the hosts. We're going to have if they've got to this stage of the tournament, Jason, they're going to have so much support.
A head of steam built up.
100%. And I think it's the kind of head of steam that gets them to the semi-final.
I think if you look at this, like if, say this was the play out and Spain are coming in against a resurgent Germany, I think Spain have had a good moment from their a couple of good moments from their young players. It all seems to be coming together, and then much like Lukaku,
they survived a Scott McTominay storm in the round of 16.
Yeah, and then much like Romelu Lukaku can't get it done for Belgium, Alvaro Morata cannot get it done for Spain. Head in his hands,
not a shooting star.
Not a shooting star, and Germany do it. Yeah, I think we're going with Germany on this one.
I agree.
Right now, Portugal versus Austria in the Ralph Rangnick versus Cristiano grudge match.
I'm giving it to Ralph Rangnick.
No, come on.
I am, Jason. This is the exact moment where they're looking at a semi-final against the host. They're going, right, we've done it all before. All we have to do is beat this specky Ralph Rangnick, and we'll be good to go. And it becomes an absolute grudge match. It becomes an absolute stress. It becomes an absolute horror. And Austria dump Cristiano Ronaldo and co out of the tournament. That's what I believe.
35-yard Marcel Sabitzer screamer to send Cristiano to the deck in tears.
I think so. And I think we hear a lot of stories about Germany and Austria and the world wars and all as we're leading into the semi-final.
Yeah, not from Germans and Austrians who, of course, would just be happy and excited to play their.
No, but there'll be narratives. There'll be narratives happening, Jason.
There'll be narratives. Yes.
Sorry, Portugal. I'm sad about Portugal going out, by the way.
But quarterfinals, come back next time. See how you get on. So at this point, Austria now truly are an incredible dark horse.
Yeah, they've been well run by Ralph Rangnick, and all the English pundits are going, he was at Man United, and you'd have to wonder what's wrong. He's clearly a good coach now, and all this sort of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
All that malarkey.
I'm trying to think of Austrian players. I got Marcel Sabitzer, I got Xaver Schlager,
David Alaba.
I got David Alaba. He's not injured still.
You okay?
Yeah, sorry. I just kind of got a bit of lump in my throat thinking about David Alaba being injured still.
You couldn't hack
it. Christoph Baumgartner, I know he's there.
There's a dark horse in every tournament, and this time it's Austria, as far as we're concerned. Them's are the facts.
Marko Arnautovic, Gregorisic, Patrick Wimmer.
We might be giving them a bit too much respect here.
Look, we're gonna just say they're the dark horses, and that's our big shout for dark horses.
That's right.
All right. So then going down to this other set of quarterfinals, Croatia have beaten Belgium and have come up now against France in a rematch of the 2018 World Cup final.
Yeah, and they've played each other again since then, haven't they? Maybe they're in a group stage together in either the Euros
2022 World Cup, was it?
Potentially, yeah. They definitely played again. But either way, yeah, it's France.
They have a long history, these teams.
Because France are still kind of have young guns, and Croatia are still playing with the same starting 11 from 2018.
Yes, they've had them the entire time, and they still have them.
Yeah, whereas France have a few new boys, and Mbappe's still a young buck. England, Italy. Look, historically, listen, I'll go. Historically, we're always beating England. That's the facts. We beat them to win the tournament last time out. I do think on this occasion, England will be too strong for the Italians, and this is kind of when the English kind of media train really gets excited of we are going to win the Euros, we're going to do it.
Because you've beaten the team that beat you in the final last time,
Yeah,
so
and
you're
you've
kind
beat
of
the
thinking,
Netherlands, so you're kind of pumping your stats a bit, pretending that Netherlands were big stuff, even though they weren't. You
you're
beat
stamp
them, and
padding against the Netherlands.
now you've dispatched Italy, even though it wasn't the top Italy team. You're looking at France and you're going, this is where we belong in a big grudge match against France. I believe France knocked them out of the World Cup. Am I right in saying
They
that?
did, yeah. Yeah.
So they're getting excited, they're getting ready, and they're thinking this is the one. That's right.
Right.
It's the
So
English.
England, and I think England will be helped here by the fact that it's only a quarterfinal.
That's 100%.
So they won't lose their head. Yeah.
And I think Harry Kane, Saka, Jude Bellingham, I think it's all happening for England. I think it's coming together and it's looking really, really good. And to be honest, they have some fucking team if they can play. If they can, like Cole Palmer, like, don't even get me started. He'd walk into the Italian team.
Yeah. Yeah.
He'd walk into most teams in this tournament, if not all, based on the season he just had.
So, the German language, a clash of Germany and Austria. Talking about talking about their foosballs, talking about their manshafts. Ralph Rangnick comes up against Julian Nagelsmann. It's basically a Red Bull system semi-final.
That's right. I think this is one of those ones where I think Germany just get a 3-0 and everyone goes, how did Austria do? Like, why didn't someone just do that earlier in the tournament, Austria? What's wrong with them?
The kind of dark horse story comes to a screeching halt.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be I think that's right. I think Germany are completely unintimidated by Austria. They're kind of like, you're our neighbours, whatever. And
they're determined to make amends for when they got embarrassed by Austria last year.
Yeah. And they're just like, they get the job done. They're going, this is, if they get to the semi, they're getting to the final, Germany, for sure.
Right. So we're putting Germany in the final and we're setting them up. It's France v England.
The narratives are crazy here. What do you think?
I think France. I don't rate England as much as you do.
I'm not rating England, by the way.
Right.
I think France, I think it would be funny to watch England get to the final and then lose, but at the same time, I cannot watch England in another final because they might win and I'll feel horrible. So
France, the more finals they get into, the more dangerous it gets.
Yeah, at some point you have to win. It'd be funny if they go out on penalties and they go back to that where they spend all summer talking about penalty shootouts and all.
Yeah.
They refuse to believe it's just a 50-50 toss-up and anything can really happen. They start micro-analysing it. I love a bit of that.
So France, England. Good Lord.
Good Lord.
Good Lord. I can't even, I'm freaking out here trying to call it. I do think it's France, but it ain't like...
England could be France, 100%. But like, think about it. If you want anyone up against Mbappe, it is Kyle Walker.
Yeah.
Who's in like the peak of his career and just looks like an absolute... Like, you hate watching him. You're like, this fella's too good.
Yeah.
So I honestly, I believe England could win this because I don't think France are as fluid as you'd want them to be. I think England could be. They have bombers all over the pitch, England, as an Italian would say.
Yeah. Bomber.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, it could be England, but I respect France having come through Turkey, Croatia. It's their first real big challenge and they'd be well up for it.
Yeah. And they're kind of, Deschamps has them.
But like,
if Deschamps and Southgate are kind of, like...
I know, but...
Deschamps and Southgate with a World Cup medal.
That's right.
And at 26... 20...
No, they didn't win the Euros. Never did.
When's the last time they won the Euros?
I want to say 2000.
Right, and he was a player.
Or it was 98. It was the year before or the year after they won. It was near their 1996 World Cup win.
Yeah, so I think he's won the World Cup and the Euros as a player and then just the World Cup as a manager. So this is for him to complete he's completing the double-double.
I'm checking who won. Who scored the goal in the final of France 98? David Trezeguet and Thierry Henry. Yeah, so 1998 they won the Euros.
No, that's the World Cup.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So is it
England 1996?
France?
No, Germany won that. It's 2000.
It's 2000?
It's 2000 in Belgium and the Netherlands.
France won another. They won 2 titles in 84 and 2000. Yeah, so I knew it was either side of that World Cup, but I wasn't sure.
Right. Very nice.
Yeah, we give it to France. We give it to France, Jason. We do.
We give it to France.
And that spells
Didier Deschamps was the captain of that team that won the World Cup and the Euros.
We We give it to France, and that marks the end of Southgate's reign of terror as the
He's
England
done.
manager.
He's finished. He's gone off to manage Manchester United.
The first English manager in the longest of times who managed to calm the English media a little bit and make his players happy.
I think his players liked them. You know, waistcoat salesman loved them.
Got to what? A semi-final of a World Cup and a final of a Euro.
Yeah.
And what did he do prior? Did he do the Euros prior to the World Cup as well? Maybe.
No, remember they got knocked out by Iceland.
Oh, and then he took over final of the World Cup.
Yeah, from Roy Hodgson. Yeah.
Lost to Croatia. Stuff. And Zukic. What a man.
What a man. What player he was, by the way. Right. So then we come to France and Germany. The final, I presume, is in Berlin. At the Olympic Stadion. In fact, it is in Berlin.
Of course it is.
So, huh?
I said, of course it's in Berlin.
Right. So what are you thinking? France or Germany?
Just like the 2006 World Cup, Jason. Berlin it is. France, Germany. I think obviously the talent is very much with France because Kylian Mbappe is an absolute world beater. I feel like we already predicted that they would win the Euros ages ago.
Yes.
We just believed that. I think you had PSG for the Champions League, maybe, did you? And then these for the Euros. I can't remember.
Yeah, I was all in on the Mbappe train.
That's right. Germany, home advantage is going to be huge.
And at this stage, Germany have beaten. They've beaten. Let's see, they've beaten Serbia in the knockouts. Spain, then they beat dark horses Austria. Now they're coming against France. Have kind of
they beat Austria 3-0, as we say. So
that's right.
That's almost like when they beat Brazil in the semi-final of the World Cup by like 7-1. And it was like they're going to win the final. You know, it just felt like
France have maybe beaten England after extra time or on penalties or something.
Yeah, they beat Croatia, Turkey. It comes down to, does Mbappe get the job done? Do Germany neutralize him, which they might do? And then obviously the home crowd advantage will probably be too much for France. But at the same time, I think there's no Messi in this tournament. I think Kylian Mbappe is well ready to add another, to continue his kind of reign to winning it all, Jason.
Yeah. I think if you're talking about the managers, you're putting up Julian Nagelsmann versus Didier Deschamps in a major tournament final. Nagelsmann's going to Bundesliga. Kylian Mbappe is going to expose that high line, and you're done.
That's right. We're giving it to France.
I think we got to give it to France.
There you go. France have done it. On the back of a World Cup, second place finish.
Stuff. Oof.
Compelling content once again.
Compelling content. So it's like, so you did all that and you came up with the same prediction you came up with 6 weeks ago without 45 minutes of talking about it.
I was going to say our season review was shorter than our bracket.
And we still have to do the Copa America.
Okay, very good. This one will be faster, I'm sure.
Much faster because there's a lot less to say. Just to very quickly say that the 2024 Copa America has been played in the United States between June 20th and July 14th. So the finals are on the same day, I believe.
Oh, why would they do it? Oh, it's at different times.
Different times, yeah.
I honestly feel like this summer caught up on me too fast because the idea of going to a Copa America in America would be so cool. But it's like next week.
It's next week, yeah. God, the final's been held at the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida.
Okay.
So we got 6 teams from CONCACAF. We got Jamaica, Mexico, Panama.
Wait, just Miami.
States. Yeah.
Leo Messi gets to that final in Miami.
Yeah. Incredible. Canada, United States, Costa Rica, and then from CONMEBOL, you got Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Paraguay, Peru, Uruguay, and Venezuela. Let me just quickly see if there can be a penalty shootout in the group stage. That's the most important thing for me.
Can it be done?
Let's see. Sorry, 1 second. I'm trying to figure out the format here. The bloody thing. The Wikipedia article on the Euro is much more comprehensive.
That is fascinating. Ultimately, Jason, is the African Cup of Nations the one for you?
Ultimately, yes. Ultimately, none of this makes me feel like the AFCON makes me feel. All right, here we go. So it's only runners up and winners that are getting through in this. So never mind, really. Okay, here we go.
So never mind.
Yeah. Start now. There is no official Copa America predictor yet, so we're doing this on FOTMob, but that's not due to any commercial relationship. So here we go. Group A: Argentina, Jesse Marsh's Canada, two-time champions or 2015-2016 champions Chile, and Peru.
Peru, are they the team with the youngster?
No, that's Ecuador.
Okay.
So we're happy for Argentina to top this group.
We are indeed.
Yeah.
We are indeed, Jason.
When Jesse Marsh, former Salzburg, former New York Red Bulls, former Leeds United manager, and Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David and all sorts come up against Gary Medel and Alexis Sanchez and all this 45-year-olds still playing for Chile, how do you think they get on?
I don't know, Jason.
I don't know either.
The Copa America is different.
This kind of feels like the idea of Canada and Chile playing each other doesn't feel right. I know they're both like
in that area.
Like they're in that kind of two continents, but like
it feels like our friends in Canada are a bit lost in with these South American killers.
Yeah, exactly. I've got to like, no, don't go in there. Gary Medel will break your leg off. Also, don't.
Canada should be playing games against Scotland, the Wales, and us.
Yes,
and Australia maybe, but they shouldn't be getting involved with all this.
No, I know.
Not with Gary Medel and Vargas.
Oh my god. Yeah. Let's. I don't know what to do here with this.
Peru.
What are Peru up to recently?
For poor Canada, it does kind of feel like they're not going to have the know-how that Peru will have. Do you know what I mean? The dark arts.
Yes.
Like Canada are not just the Canadians, whereas all these have the dark arts.
Gianluca Lapadula is still playing for
Peru.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a goal scoring maestro.
Let's see, what age is he? He's only 34. I could have sworn he was 42. But I think we give Canada. I think Argentina, Chile 1-2, and then Canada, then Peru.
Yeah, it's fair. I do think
it's
Peru.
In the States.
Yeah. Well,
so
look, ultimately, it's Chile, Argentina. We don't even need to get too locked in with third and fourth, Jason, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, Ben Brereton Diaz doing the job. People telling you, he's actually from Stoke, but his man's Chilean. Group B: Ecuador with Kendry Paez, with Moises Caicedo, with Piero Hincapié of Bayer Leverkusen, with the elder statesman Ener Valencia. Jamaica with a great squad as well of a lot of recent players gone over to Jamaica from England eligible players. Mexico got embarrassed by Uruguay last night at time of recording, and Venezuela. Salomon Rondon's Venezuela.
Jamaica, is it true that they have Mason Greenwood on the books?
I don't know about that.
I've seen that various times, but I don't know if it's shitposting.
Let me Google the Reggae Boys here. See if we can. All right. The squad here for Jamaica.
I think it's
up front. No, I don't have him here.
Jamaica coach confirms Mason Greenwood talks would love to have Man United forward in the team. But I think that doesn't really mean anything, does it?
I have Damari Gray. I have Kaheem Dixon. I have Casey Palmer of Coventry City had a good season.
Wow.
Bobby Deep Cordova-Reid of Fulham. Okay.
Fair play to Jamaica for scooping these players up.
Mikel Antonio, was he playing?
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah. I think we'll go Ecuador to top this group.
Yeah, fair.
Mexico, Jamaica, Venezuela. I think Mexico, surely in the States, with the support they have, even though they're so crap, surely they can.
They're so bad, though.
I know they're so bad.
But maybe your man, Santiago Jimenez.
Yeah. Edson Alvarez.
Yeah.
Edson Alvarez.
Look, we'll give it to Mexico, but we'll be surprised to see it happen.
Right, so we're putting Jamaica crashing out, Ecuador and Mexico going through from Group B, but that's mostly due to sentiment of previous years on Mexico.
Yeah.
Venezuela getting written off. I'm sure the Venezuelan listeners going crazy.
Going mad. Didn't even mention
America's group. USA group. Bolivia, Panama, Uruguay. Marcelo Bielsa's Uruguay, by the way.
Yeah.
And USA. Marcelo Bielsa's Uruguay versus Greg Berhalter's USA.
Yeah, it's kind of Uruguay. I think it goes Uruguay, America, Bolivia, Panama, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's how I think that goes. I think America probably have a more talented group of boys, but Uruguay kind of have more. They have Marcelo Bielsa, I suppose.
They have Marcelo Bielsa. They have somebody said about Darwin Nunez. Somebody said the CONCACAF players will not be used to playing against somebody like Darwin Nunez. Like, he just will be a different kind of forward to what they're used to playing, more athletic, more like less predictable, kind of not just like knock it up to him. It's like he'll do stuff you won't expect. He won't be able to do stuff you will expect.
Fede
pure agents of
Valverde.
chaos.
I think that
Fede Valverde.
yeah, they're very
Jose
talented.
Maria Jimenez, the back.
Yeah, that's a solid spine.
All right, we're putting that, and then we'll see how the States do. Christian Pulisic is coming off the back of a good season with Milan.
100%. And just the States, as time goes on, will just get better and better and better with the more kind of youth players that come through and make it big time in Europe, etc. So I think, yeah, getting out of the group here would be good for them, of course.
There was some controversy because Tyler Adams gave an interview where he was basically saying, look, yeah, this is great. Like, we're obviously warming up to the World Cup in 2026. And some people were saying, why would you think of this as a warm-up? This is
a tournament.
Like, you can win this.
That's right.
Every tournament can't just keep being a warm for something else. At some point, you have to say, no, we're not there to, it's not a step in our development. We're actually going to win something, but we'll see what happens.
It's like if you put a small run together here, you could feasibly win the Copa America.
Yeah, it doesn't take that many games.
Yeah.
Okay, then Group D, Brazil, with all their star power.
Vinny Jr. trying to outclass whatever Jude did in that Euros that we just did. In order to secure a Ballon d'Or and really spark off the debate of who was better, him or Neymar.
Yeah. Colombia with the likes of 32-year-old James Rodriguez and Luis Diaz.
Falcao, is he still going?
Left, right, and center.
Oh my God.
Costa Rica and Paraguay.
I don't know enough about Costa Rica or Paraguay.
I think we could just leave that.
Yeah, as it is.
As is, maybe, yeah.
You've done it, Jason. Why is this the longest podcast we've done in 4 months?
Yeah, I know. Next, right. Okay, so our first quarterfinal is Argentina and Mexico. I think we go Argentina.
Yeah, that's a replay of, I believe, the group stage of the World Cup.
Yeah.
Second game for Argentina. So, yeah, Argentina. Ecuador, Chile.
Ecuador for me.
Okay, I'll follow you.
I think Chile's legs are done.
I mean, to be honest, I think it's all of the left-hand side, Jason, to be honest.
You think Brazil knock America out?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think Vinny Jr. is going to struggle against the USA.
Colombia, Uruguay would be a very good game, but I think, Brazil, USA, that's Brazil.
It's got to be. So sorry to our American listeners, of which there are many.
So you go straight into the quarterfinals if you get...
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like, don't treat that as a warm-up. You're dead right, Jason.
Yeah. Now, Argentina, Ecuador, the world champions versus some nice up-and-comers, but I still think the world champions could beat them.
I believe that will be the case, yeah.
Uruguay could do Brazil. Marcelo 100%. Bielsa could do anybody.
That's right. Who's managing Brazil?
Dorival Jr.
Oh, yeah. I can picture him.
Yeah. Not the most exciting coach. He kind of has a reputation as a reliable, dependable...
I'm giving it to Uruguay because I think Brazil, like, who are they really? Like, I think Brazil have a mash of stars, but they're not necessarily. I mean, Endrick, is he playing, isn't he?
He's there, yeah.
Not that he's going to make the difference necessarily, but like, because I'm trying to think of who their striker will be, because I don't want to see Richarlison running around.
Yeah. Let's have a look and see if they announced the players. Right, the players up front, you have Endrick, Evan Nielsen from Porto, Gabriel Martinelli from Arsenal, Pepe, not that one, from Porto, Rafinha from Barcelona, Rodrigo from Real Madrid, Savio from Girona, and Vinicius Jr. A lot of wingers.
Yeah, that's the thing that that could be a Uruguay for me, Jason. I don't want to do an Argentina-Brazil final, do you know?
No, that's too...
What would we have been doing here for the last 60 minutes if it's
you're dead right.
If it's France, we need to add some form of Brazil can come third. That's no problem.
Brazil come third, and then the idea of Marcelo Bielsa, an Argentine beating Argentina,
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but then Argentina have such a good squad. They have the best player of the world, the best player in history.
But like Messi's tired.
He's tired. He's not interested. He's trying to
enjoy
his life
also all the pressure is off him, so he's going to be at a level so far above everyone else.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be Argentina.
we're going Argentina.
Wow.
Incredible stuff.
I'd say the odds you'll get on an Argentina France double is not good. Oh goodness.
Yeah, really, really poor, poor performance there from us.
Do you think there's any, Jason, just because I refuse to end it on that note, do you think from
Yeah.
each tournament, is there any player we should be keeping an eye on?
Oh, I feel fried after an hour of that. Yeah, well, obviously we know with Copa America we're looking at Hendrick, we're looking at Kendry Paez, we're looking at. I do think Darwin Nunez could have a really good tournament. Obviously, Liverpool fans would be like he's shite, or other fans would be like he's crap. But I do think he could have a good tournament. Let me think. Who else?
You know,
Julian Alvarez is looking for a way to increase his standing with other clubs, if not Man City.
yeah, I think Lautaro Martinez might have grown a few inches since the World Cup, so I think he could have a good tournament.
He could have a good tournament. Yeah. We'd have to just wait and see. In the Euros,
the Euros
I
have
would.
potential to give Cole Palmer a little push if he can actually get into the team, but I don't think he necessarily will be in the team.
Yeah, I would love if Southgate. I don't know if he cut him from the 26-man squad or whatever, but I would love if he gave Eberiche Eze some game time. He was playing in the friendly the other night, and he just provides something that other players don't provide. His Crystal Palace teammate Adam Wharton was also very much praised the other night, and has been for Crystal Palace this season.
It'll be
So we'll
all
have to
eyes
see.
on Wirtz and Musiala as well for the Germans.
Yeah, if the Germans can make a good goal, because the Germans have been kind of a sleeping giant for the last number of years. So if they can get going, we might all be like, "Oh my god, where are my Musiala cards?
Where is my Florian Wirtz rookies?
Where's my Thomas Muller 2003 Bayern Munich sticker or whatever it is? The shiny one.
Doesn't quite do it. Doesn't quite do it the
Doesn't
same
quite
way.
do it for me. But yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to a summer of football. We got the Olympics after this. Imagine our Olympic bracket. Wow.
What, Jason? What happens if France dominate and Kylian Mbappe kind of with the pressure off him now that he's left PSG and he's kind of happy? If he has an amazing tournament, moves to Real Madrid and has an incredible start to the season, like what happens to his market, Jason? Like what, like especially leading into at that point we'll be in 2025, or leading into 2025, heading into obviously the 2026 World Cup.
Oh yeah.
What would that mean?
I think it would mean that his 2018 World Cup Prism cards become as unattainable as they should be.
Wow.
That's my big prediction. Hot take.
The player that just signed for the biggest club in the world for like a 300 million signing on fee or whatever it was is a good player, and his card prices might go up in the near future.
Yeah, his cards from the World Cup that he won when he was a very, very young man,
17 or 18-year-old,
might go up. There's incredible insight here at Soccer United, week in, week out.
Jason, you're going on a holiday soon.
Yeah, so are you.
Yeah, so I reckon this is necessary.
Yeah, I think I think we'll come back fresh, excited, a little bit of a break from the club football season, and yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. So we'll talk to the listeners in real time on Monday, but for us it'll be a week and a half away. Wonderful stuff. All right, stay safe, everybody.
Stay very, very safe.